Hey, listen. I'm one of those people that don't watch the news because I'm always saying that the news is sensationalizing things. However, y'all, I just popped outside. It's 6:15 West Coast time, Friday morning, and there's not a soul outside. And for a minute, I thought maybe it was because school was out and the parents ain't dropping their children off to school. But then I woke up and I got to thinking about some stuff. I went to the laundromat Wednesday to wash my clothes, and it was in the middle of the day. And typically, when I'm at this laundromat, you all, it's a bunch of people in a laundromat. It's like I can't get a machine. You get what I'm saying? Like, it'd be a lot of people in that laundromat. Then I start to notice more stuff. I'm like, man, ain't nobody in the laundromat. I don't see no traffic. Then when I'm driving in traffic, I'm noticing people stopping at stop signs. Then I went to the gas station yesterday and I had an epiphany. Me and this Hispanic man was racing towards the line because now that I'm on the West Coast, you all, like, I understand the concept of racism. So every time I'm outside, I'm racing to try to get my spot. But this particular time, as me and the brown man was racing towards the line, the brown man stopped and he allowed me to go first. And for a minute I thought it was a trap. I'm like, does he want me to go first so he could jump on my back and strangle me? I'm dead serious, you all. Like, I'm not joking. I'm like, what's going on? Then he even smiled. And I recognized that smile. When he smiled, I smiled in the inside because I recognized that smile. And when I recognized this time around, you all, I realized it wasn't a smile. I realized it was a growl. Now, all of this entire video gonna make sense. Kick back, cool out. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like button. It's a random video, but I wanna do a political video. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been paying attention a little bit to politics, right? So, YouTube, please, YouTube. I'm gonna make a disclaimer about this video. YouTube and anybody that watches this video is not to promote racism. This video is not to promote any acts of terrorism. This video is not to spread hatred. I love everybody. I would love to make some beautiful brown babies, and I would love to have some beautiful brown friends, men and women, you all. I love the brown culture. I love the music. I love the guitar strings. I love the mole. I love the barilla. I love the horchata, all that. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't got nothing to do with me not liking Mexican people. You know what I'm saying? I love Mexican people. I love everybody. Please don't take my channel. Okay, I'm just trying to be me as clean as possible, all right? So, let me tell y'all the story, right? I used to, back in high school, when I was like 15, 16 years old, I dated this Mexican girl. And now that I'm looking back on it, she was really, really super cool. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm looking back on it. You know what I'm saying? She would say things that were like, wait, what? And now that I'm an adult, she was repeating things that she heard her father say. And she'll say things like, you black people, y'all so lazy. Us brown people, we come over here, we can't read, we can't write, but we get the jobs, we make the money, and y'all just sit back, y'all don't do nothing. Y'all don't do nothing. And then I was like 15, 16, but I remember I said this. And maybe I heard my father say it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I said this out my mouth, you know what I'm saying? I go, you all don't come and earn the jobs. I go, they only give you all the jobs because they don't want us to have them. I go, and as soon as they get tired of you all, they're going to send you back. And my girl at the time was like, they can't send us back. There's too many of us. And if they send us back, it's going to be a problem. And I'm like, okay, watch. You know what I'm saying? I remember this conversation so vividly. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, watch. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it's because of and I'm starting to realize that like DNA, your DNA plays a strong part in your intelligence. You really do have historical DNA. I don't know how I knew they was gonna do this, but they, you know what I'm saying, they're doing it now. So look, back then, you know what I'm saying, when the Hispanic people were coming over here, like the first generations were settling in, you know what I'm saying, they were really nice. Really beautiful people, always smiled. We lived next to them. You know what I'm saying? We always had a good relationship with them. And then I noticed as we got older and they start rising in other social statures, like becoming police officers, firefighters, and running for, like, you know what I'm saying, political positions, I noticed that a lot of Hispanic people that we once were cool with turned their nose up on black people and start gravitating more towards Europeans, which is very interesting, you all, because I just found out today that the Black Panthers were one of the main reasons why the Hispanic community got so many rights in America. I had no clue. I thought it was all Cesar Chavez, but that's cap. I never knew that brown people got their liberation off the backs of blacks 30 years ago. Like, that's like a dirty little secret nobody talks about, right? I'm like, wait, what? So, like, back then, you know, they were nice. But then as time progressed, like, they showed their true colors and they just start being like, they start being pricks. Not everybody, you know, you can't say everybody, but majority of them, to the point whereas, I'm going to just cut to the chase, you all. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this has to do with penis envy. You get what I'm saying? And it's all in the ISIS papers. This isn't like ignorant talk. This is in the ISIS papers. A lot of this ain't racism because I grew up with brown people. And brown men particularly love black men. They love us. You know what I'm saying? They idolize us because they like that we can sing, dance, rap, and hoop. They like that. They really do. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing homo about it or anything. You know what I'm saying? Brown men love black men. However, brown women love black men too. You get what I'm saying? And brown men don't want black men around because the brown women tend to gravitate towards the black man. And if they all gravitate towards, typically women in any social circle you are, they all hook up with the same guys. It don't matter what color you are. All women do this. So they don't want too many black men around because they won't be able to have any women, you all. This is just the God honest truth. So they do the same thing that the Europeans did in Canada and America to the blacks in America because they don't want to be genetically wiped out. I mean, I'm just looking at it from an intelligent point of view, you all. However, back to the story, y'all. Back to the story. And I'm going to put this on my big channel because I'm rambling now. It's 6:15, nobody on the streets. And I started to notice, right? Ain't nobody on the streets because everybody's scared of getting deported. You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody, like, literally, this is really alarming, you all. I had no idea that there was so many undocumented people in America. And I'm right by the border. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm right by the border. So I'm thinking that this is just exaggerated. I'm like, this is just exaggeration on the news. Like, Mexican people have their papers. Mexican people are legal citizens here. Like, this is ridiculous. However, you all, after those protests, after the Mexican people protested the ICE raids in LA, like, I haven't heard anything from them. Like, it's like they gone. It's weird too, you all, because it's like I feel like I'm living in Chicago now. Like, y'all in Chicago know what I'm talking about. It's normal to us because you go outside, it's a ghost town. But in California, you all, it's so congested. It is so to the point where it's like I walk the streets like I'm driving a car. Because if you don't walk at a certain speed, like 5 miles an hour, you're going to hit somebody with your body. Because people just running into each other. It's Friday, 6 in the morning. People should be running and running into each other, trying to get rushed to get to nowhere. Nobody's outside. Why? Because majority of they behinds were undocumented and they were illegal. And they would just come over here, work, liquidate the country, go back to Mexico, and invest all their money over there. Not even invest it, but squander it, you all. They don't even, honestly, the money they get from America, they squander it in Mexico. Because if they didn't, the Mexican economy would be a lot better, but it's not. So Spanish people keep saying that black people are next, right? And black people not listening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of the people, like, we all know, I'm not finna make another video where I'm not gonna protest with brown people. Everybody know what it is. I've been seeing it all on YouTube, right? So I'm not finna waste y'all time telling y'all why I'm not protesting with brown people. Brown people know why black people not protesting with them, right? But I keep hearing them saying that you guys are next. You guys are next. And black people don't want to hear this. Black people like, well, what you don't know is we not next. We not next. But I'm telling y'all, look, black people, the brown people know what they know because they white. They come from Spain. They live right next to the Italians, and the Italians live right next to the you-know-who's. Them white people know what they talking about. Black people, we are next. And it's in the Bible. That's why I'm laughing, because we next. So we might as well just sit back and enjoy this like 10 seconds apiece, because eventually they gonna deport every black person out this country as well. And they gonna use that same bill. It's like a bill they got passed down after slavery ended. It's like, well, we got to keep their children here in America because they already been here for so long. So it's like a law that can't be reversed, right? They got this protest called No Kings, No Kings, No Kings. Y'all look, Trump about to be king. Trump really about to be king, because we are about to enter World War III. And once we get into World War III, there's going to be that mass confusion stuff where they got to put together an executive order. And once you put together an executive order, you can't have an election. I went to a public school, so I can't like talk like a Yale, Harvard graduate. However, if you are a Yale, Harvard graduate and you are more intelligent than me and you can't understand me, then maybe you're not as intelligent as me. You get what I'm saying? So look, Trump about to be king, you all. And one thing Trump understands is prophecy. So we about to go to war with Iran, because at the end of the day, Trump don't run this country. Netanyahu is the president of the United States of America. It is what it is, y'all. Netanyahu runs this country. So Netanyahu is at war with Iran. Iran and Netanyahu, they going back and forth. Netanyahu gonna tell Trump to pull the troops to help him fight the war against Iran. Once America helps Israel fight the war against Iran, Iran got the nukes. Iran gonna nuke America. Trump understands the prophecy that the reason why America having all this trouble is because of what they did to their indigenous black people, which is us. So Trump and them gonna get so tired of us, they're gonna send us off somewhere. The same mass deportation tactic that they doing to the brown people, yes, they're gonna do to us. But it's prophecy, y'all. It is what it is. So be on the lookout for that. You know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout for that mass deportation. I mean, it might happen. Like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm gonna give it like 20 years minimum, 30 years maximum. You know what I'm saying? I'll give about 20 years. Because the same way I told the brown people, like, they gonna deport y'all. You know what I'm saying? They was like, no, they not, no, they not. And now brown people like, they gonna deport y'all. And we like, no, they not, no, they not. Yeah, they gonna deport us, y'all. So give them about 2 decades. And I know y'all might be like, oh, we got 2 decades. Man, that 2 decades, I'm gonna tell y'all what's gonna happen. The same thing that happened with the Mexican people. Because here's the thing now. Another thing I've been noticing is that a lot of these European people that got papers been asking me, like, what do I do for work? And then I tell them I don't work, and they get upset. And the reason why they getting upset is because they don't have anybody to work them jobs anymore, because they deported all their workers. Y'all ain't no workers here. Like, people be like, I can walk out and just get a job in my PJs. That's how much they need people now, because ain't no workers. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what's going to happen is they finna force black people to work again because they need to stimulate the economy. So they finna force us to get up off our butt and work. And then we going to work. We going to accumulate some wealth like the brown people did. You know what I'm saying? We going to start really having stuff. We going to have more than them. Then they going to get mad and send us back. Like, that's just what it is. That's what they did to the brown people, y'all. Like I told my brown comrades 20 years ago, they only had you all here because they didn't want black people to thrive. And what's interesting is I was listening to somebody, and his brother was right. Europeans have had a 400-year head start and still struggling to stay. Look, let me stop. Let me say this. Europeans have had a 400-year head start and still struggling to keep up. It's really like, it's funny. It's it's funny. It's like y'all still can't get it together. And I'm gonna tell y'all something too, white people. Like, y'all always say black people can't stick together, but that's not true. Like, what I'm saying in politics is disgusting. You got these white Iranians bombing these white people from Israel, and then the white people from Israel want the whites in America to help. Meanwhile, the whites in America is fighting against the Spanish whites in South America. They really ain't got time to be helping because they got their own issues. It's just, y'all, white supremacy is falling. Like, it's funny seeing it crumble. But, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest, like, to all my European brothers, I'm actually sad white supremacy is falling, because I'm going to be real with y'all. Like, the last thing I want to do is build roads, make infrastructure, build buildings, make laws. Like, who wants to do that? I don't want to do that. Keep law and order. Like, what else you got to do? I don't even know what y'all do to keep a society running. Print money, store gold, advanced technology. Like, who want to do all that? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm actually sad. Like, I'm sad white supremacy falling, bro. Because, like, the more y'all fall, the more I gotta do. Like, for real, because at the end of the day, y'all, and everybody know this how it work. When everything burning down, the black man always gotta step in and fix it. And, like, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I don't want to do it. I don't want to, and I know exactly how to fix it, and I don't want to do it. So I'm gonna just let y'all keep destroying y'allself eternally for a little bit, and just sit back and scroll on my phone, bro. Like, for real, I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm gonna ride this one out for as long as possible. So look, I love y'all. I mean that. I should put this. I don't know what channel I'm gonna put this on, y'all. But I gotta figure it out. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'm out.